Hey, what's up, everybody? Good to be back with you again. It's been a long time since we've been here at Forbes Field. We have the Cardinals and the Pirates here for you today. Pirates 18-5, tied for first place right now with the Giants. Cardinals at 10-2, and it's Bill Worley starting for the Pirates up against Stan Musial. There's a ball high to him, and the next pitch is in there, and it's a little ground ball over to Bachman. The third baseman grabs it, throws to first base, but it's too late with him. Musial is safe at first, and here comes Enos Slaughter. A little throw to first base. We'll just try to keep him honest. There's a little dribbler by Slaughter up in front of the plate, and that gets in front of Fitzgerald, and he has no play on it, and that will be a base hit there for Slaughter. So runners on at first and second already for the Cardinals. There's Eddie Kazak. He lines him up to the middle, and it's right at Danny Murtaugh, who snags it for the first out. One away, and here's Marty Marion. Marion gets up there and takes a strike. 0-1 the count on him, and there's one high. 1-1 the count now on Marty. There's a ground ball up the middle, and that one gets through for a base hit, and Slaughter's going to score, and that means that it is a 1-0 game for St. Louis here, and we just started. And here comes Joe Garagiola. Runner still on first and second. There's a ball to him high. 1-0 the count. It's low and outside. 2-0 now the count on him, and there's a sinker inside that misses. 3-0 the count. There's that automatic strike. 3-1 now, and there's a ground ball wide of first and into right field for a base hit, and that might score another one. Here comes Slaughter coming home. The throw goes home. Fitzgerald there with the tag, and he is safe, and that makes it a 2-0 game. Runners on first and second still, and here's Nippy Jones. Bill Worley having a rough time of it out there, and he gets Jones to pop one up over to Ralph Kiner in left field for the second out. Kiner's got the catch there easily. 2 away, and that'll bring up Red Shundins. And there is a foul back. 0-1 the count. There's one low. 1-1 now the count on Red. That's off the bat now to play. 1-2. It's a curveball that's just outside. 2-2 the count. That's low and outside, and it's a full count. And that one's spoiled and fouled back. Full count remains, and there's one lifted up and foul. Pitch 21 coming in here for Worley this inning, and that's fouled off. Still a full count, and there's one off the plate, and that's a walk, and everybody moves up. And Bill Worley, with his first walk of the game, only third of the season, and he's starting to struggle all of a sudden. There's a ground ball over there to third base, and it goes through Bachman's legs. Everybody's safe. There's the air, and it is a 3-0 lead here for St. Louis. So I tell you, Pittsburgh, this team has played extraordinarily well this season. They are starting to really feel it. I wonder if they're not starting to feel the pressure here. They've lost a couple of games, and they're about to lose their spot here in first place. 3-0 the score for St. Louis. And here's the pitcher, Harry Brecheen. And the Cardinals have batted around in this first inning. And 0-2 the count. There's one fouled off again. Remains 0-2. There's a ground ball over to Castiglione, who throws over to first base for the out. And at long last, we go to the bottom of the first inning. 3-0 Cardinals. Not an insurmountable lead. Harry Brecheen up there against Ralph Kiner. And there's one in close for a ball. 1-0 the count. And there's a strike to him. It's 1-1. That fastball hits the outside corner. 1-2 the count now on Kiner. And there's a line drive over to Red Shundins, who makes the play. 1 away. Ed Fitzgerald up there now. And there's a ball in there to Fitzgerald, who's hitting .333, and a strike in there on him. 1-1 the count. And that one's fouled back. 1-2 now the count on Fitzgerald. And there's a little ground ball over to Shundins at second base. Throws it to first for the out. 2 away. Danny Murtaugh up there now, and he fouls one back. 0-1 the count. And there's a ball to him. It's 1-1 now on Danny. That's fouled back now to play. 1-2 the count. And there's a ground ball past Brecheen over to Marion. The shortstop makes the play, throws to first for the out. We go to the top of the second. Stan Musial up there again, takes a strike, and there's one fouled back. 0-2 the count on Stan. And there's one inside and low. 1-2 now the count on Musial. And that's inside. 2-2. There's a swing, and he's jammed, foul back. 2-2 still. And there's a breaking ball high. Full count on him now. That's lined straight back over to Worley. He knocks that one down, throws over to first base, and gets him 1 away. Enos Slaughter up there now. That's high and inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. And there's one fouled back. 1-1. 2 errors for the Pirates in this game already. Haven't even had 2 innings. And there is a little ground ball. That was a ground ball right back to Worley, and he was behind the mound somehow making that play. Running backflip to first. I'm not quite sure exactly what happened there. That's going to be a kind of a hard play for me to picture in my head. At any rate, it's an infield single there for Enos Slaughter. I'm not entirely certain that I understand what happened. So, as you know, I do keep track of good examples of play-by-play from Diamond Mine, but every now and then we get one of these that's not very clear, and I keep track of that as well. Runner on first base now, 1 away, and here's Eddie Kazak, who takes a strike. And there's a little ground ball over to Castiglione. Flips over to Murtaugh, who's just barely able to make the play to get Slaughter over at second base for the second out. Kazak is on at first, 2 away, and here's Marty Marion. There's a ball high to him, 1-0 the count. There's a strike down low, 1-1. And there's one up by his mouth, 2-1 now. That's a little bit outside, 3-1 the count on him. There's a ground ball over to Bachman, who makes the play, throws over to second for the out. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's going to be Pete Castiglione in there, who takes the ball low and inside, 1-0 the count. And there's one at the knees, it's 1-1. That's fouled off. 1-2 now the count on Pete. And there's a little ground ball over to Marion, a shortstop, and that hits off of his glove. And Castiglione will make first base on the air. Nobody out. Eddie Bachman up here, runner on first base. Bachman takes the ball low. 1-0 the count now on him. And he fouls one off. 1-1 now the count on Eddie. There's a drive hit well to left field, and that is over the wall for a home run. Bachman with a 2-run homer, and I told you that 3-0 lead probably is not insurmountable. That's hit over there into Greenberg Gardens in left field. And here comes Johnny Hopp. The game now 3-2. Pirates have only one hit in this game, 2 runs. 1-2 now the count on Johnny. And there's a breaking ball up and in. 2-2 now the count on Hopp. And there's a swing and a miss. He swung too early at that one. Strikes out, and there's one away. Wally Westlake up there now, and he takes a strike. 0-1 the count. And there's a hit over to the other way, deep, but not deep enough. And Northey, the right fielder, has it for the second out. 2 away, and there's Dixie Walker, takes a strike. 0-1 the count, and swings on that one as well. 0-2 now, just like that. 1-2 as that one misses, and there's a swing and a miss at strike 3. We go to the top of the third. It's going to be Joe Garagiola. Garagiola takes a ball low. And there's a sinker ball low, 2-0 the count. And there's one fouled straight back. It's 2-1 now on Garagiola. And there's a base hit into right center field, and Garagiola will be the runner on at first base. Nobody out. Nippy Jones up there, runner on at first, and Jones takes a strike. And there's a little pop-up over to Johnny Hopp, the first baseman, has it for the out, one away. Red Shundienst up there now. And there's a foul ball straight back and a little ground ball over to Castiglione. He makes the play over to first base. No chance to get Garagiola going up the line, even though he's not that fast. 2 away now for Ron Northey. And 1-1 now the count on Northey as that one misses. Hitting only 167, not having much of a season, but he does get a base hit here as that one is hit over to Danny Murtaugh, second base. He makes the play by stopping it from getting through, but it has not in time to get either Garagiola or Northey, and that'll bring up Harry Burkeen again. Runners on at first and third, and those are the sort of hits that usually, if you're going to win, you're not giving up. 1-1 the count now on Harry. 2-1 as that one misses, and swinging a miss on that one is 2-2 now on him. And that one's high and outside. Full count now on Harry Burkeen, and he swings and misses. That one strikes out. We go to the bottom of the third. Still 3-2 Cardinals, and here comes Bill Worley. He'll take a ball, and then there's a little ground ball over to third base. Kazak has it, throws to first for the out, one away. Here's Ralph Kiner. He can make this a tie game in a hurry. Kiner takes a ball and fouls one off his own foot. 1-1 the count. And there's a fastball in there for a strike. 1-2 now is the count. And there's a swing and a miss on that one. He goes down. Strikeout number 3 for Harry the Cat. Here comes Ed Fitzgerald, who takes a strike. 0-1 the count. And there's one just low. 1-1 now. There's a fly ball over to short, right center field. And that one is caught by Musial for the out. We go to the top of the fourth. Stan Musial up there again. And there's a ball in there to Musial. 1-0 the count. And another ball just misses. 2-0 now the count on Stan. And there's one high and inside. It's 3-0 on him. And there's a strike. 3-1 now. And that's a little bit high. That's going to be ball 4, and that'll bring up Enos Slaughter with the runner on at first base. And he swings and misses at 1, strike 1, and drives one over to right center field, and that one's down to the wall, and Slaughter keeps going and going. That one split Westlake and Walker, and Slaughter ends up with a triple and is over on at third base. And Bill Worley just has not been fooling anybody so far today, and that'll bring up Eddie Kazak. 4-2 now the score. We're going to keep the infield back. And there's a shot over there to center field, and Westlake can't make the catch, and that means Kazak has a base hit number 8 off of Bill. And here's Marty Marion, who hits one deep and deep over to left field, and Kiner makes the catch, crashes into the wall, and that ball bounces out. And that's going to end up being a double there for Marion. They're not going to call that one an error by any stretch of the imagination. And I hate to say it, but Bill Worley is not going to last very long. So the last time that the Pirates played, as you'll remember a couple of days ago, the Pirates had something similar happen, started giving up runs left and right. It's happening again today. 5-2 now the score, St. Louis in favor. And it's a 1-1 count now on Joe Garagiola. Runners on at second and third, nobody out. 1-2 now. And that one's fouled back, still 1-2. And he holds up on that one, just gets a piece of it, 1-2 still. And that's fouled off again, 1-2. And there's a ball outside, 2-2 the count. And Worley ends up striking him out. Strikeout number 25 of the season for Bill against only 4 walks, but it's those base hits he's been giving up in this one. 1 out now, Nippy Jones. And he pops a foul down to the right and into the stands, out of play, 0-1 the count. There's a line up through the infield for a base hit. That'll score at least 1. Here comes the second one. We're going to cut this off, see if we can get Jones. No, we can't. He slides in safely. 2-run score at 7-2. Yeah, I think that it may be about time to make that pitching change, and I think that we're actually going to do that here before we let this get too far out of hand. Question is, who do we put in? Yeah, let's see here. Maybe Higbee. We could put Rip Sewell in here, and I think we will put Sewell in. So that's going to be it for Bill Worley, who gave up 7 runs here in less than 4 innings. Not a very good outing for him. Red Shundien's up there, and he takes a ball. 1-0 the count. There's one up high. 2-0 the count now in Shundien's. There's a ground ball over to Murtaugh, and he makes the play, rifles at the first base, and just can't get him. Red's in there with the base hit. That'll bring up Ron Norty. Runners on at first and third, 1 out. That double play is in order. But that is a fly ball over to Walker in right field, and he makes the catch. He can't quite throw the runner out. Westlake ends up taking a spill and tumbling down and makes it an 8-2 ball game. Here's Harry Braheen, and he hits one over to right center field, and Westlake has that one for the out. The center fielder pulling that one in. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and St. Louis had 5 runs in that inning. Here is Danny Murtaugh, takes the ball, and his little ground ball over to Shundien's to second base. He makes the play, throws to first for the out, 1 away. Here's Pete Castiglione, takes the ball inside, 1-0 the count. And there's ball 2 to him. It's 2-0. That one misses badly. 3-0 the count now on him. And there's strike. There's that automatic strike. Looked like a ball. 3-1 now. And there's ball 4. And there's a walk. Here comes Eddie Bachman. Pirates, if they're going to do anything, better do it quick. There's a foul ball by Bachman. 0-1 the counter. He swings and misses a 1-0-2. There's a ground ball down to Marion. And he flips over to Shundien's for 1. Can't quite get Bachman at first base for the second, though. And here comes Johnny Hopp. Runner on first, 2 outs. Hopp fouls one back. 0-1 the count. And there's a ball low and away. 1-1 the count now. That's fouled back. 1-2. That one's just high. It's 2-2 count now on Johnny Hopp. That's fouled back. Remains 2-2. And there's a ground ball down the left side. Marion has it. Flips over to second for the out. We go to the top of the 5th. It'll be Stan Musial up there now. And there's a backdoor slider for a strike. And there's a ball. 1-1 the count. Curveball just inside to Stan. 2-2. There's a fastball high. 3-1 now the count. Sorry. And that one misses for ball 4. And here comes Enos Slaughter. Stan Musial on base yet again. Musial's been on base every time. Slaughter takes a ball and then fouls one back. 1-1 the count on him. And there's one fouled off the catcher. 1-2 now the count. And there's a little pop-up over to Kiner in left field for the out. 1 away. Eddie Kazak now is up there, and he takes a strike. 0-1 the count now on Kazak. There's one grounded over to Murtaugh, and he flips over to Castiglione at second for 1. No chance for the double play. 2 away, and here's Marty Marion. And takes a ball inside. 1-0 the count. And he steps out of the box and steps back in, didn't get time, lines that one to right field and gets a base hit, moves Kozak up to second. So 2 outs, runners on at first and second. Here's Joe Garagiola, already 2 hits in this game and 1 RBI. 1-1 the count now on Garagiola, and there's a little bouncer down the first base line. Johnny Hopp goes over, grabs that one, and kicks the bag himself. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's going to be Wally Westlake. Westlake up there now, hitting 221, takes a strike, and then 1 low and away, 1-1 the count. And there's one that's hit off the glove of Kazak and over into left field for a base hit. Westlake ends up winding up at second base with a double. That'll bring up Dixie Walker now. Bottom of the 5th inning, 8-2 still Cardinals. Again, not insurmountable. Runner on second base, 0-2 the count now on Walker, and he fouls one away, still 0-2, and that one's high. 1-2 now the count on Dixie. That one's fouled straight back now to play, still 1-2. That's wide. 2-2 the count on him now. And there's one low. Full count now on Dixie Walker. And he gets struck out by Braheen. Strikeout number 4. And there's one away here for Rip Sewell. We'll keep him in because he's been pitching well. But this might be a mistake. And there's a little ground ball over to Shundien's, who makes the play at second. Throws to first for the out. 2 away. Ralph Kiner comes up there now with a runner on third base. And 2 outs. And he takes the ball. 1-0 the count. It's 1-1 now on Ralph. And there's a curveball outside. 2-1 the count. And that one's inside for ball 3. 3-1. He shoots one up the middle, and that's a base hit. As Shundien's tried to make a diving play, couldn't quite get there. Kiner ends up driving in the run. It's 8-3. Ed Fitzgerald now with Ralph Kiner on at first base takes a strike. 0-1 the count. And that's a screwball inside. It's 1-1. And there's one inside again. 2-1 now the count. There's one ripped deep to right field. Northey goes back for that one and is able to make the play. We go to the top of the 6th. 8-3 now the score. Rip Sewell misses with the first pitch to Nippy Jones and misses again. 2-0 the count. There's a ground ball over to the right side, and it's going to be Sewell who gets off the mound, makes the play, throws over to Johnny Hopp for the out, 1 away, and here's Red Shundien's. Shundien's 1 for 2 today now. Takes a strike, 0-1 the count, and there's one high, it's 1-1 on him, and there's one foul down the first base line, out of play. 1-2 now the count on Red. That's a little bit high. 2-2 the count now. And that one reaches the stands, and there's one high for ball 3. It's a 3-2 count. That one's hit deep to center field, but Westlake easily able to go back and get that one because it's 435 down there, 2 away. Here is Ron Norty. 2-0 the count now on Ron. And that's fouled back. It's 2-1 on him now. There's a ground ball over to the right side, and Murtaugh sticks with the bad bounce, makes the play, throws to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and here is Danny Murtaugh. He needs to hit a little bit better here if they're going to do anything, and instead he hits a little fly ball over to Stan Musial in center for the first out. That'll bring up Pete Castiglione, and he hits a little hooker over into left field, and that one gets in there for a base hit. So there's a runner on first base now for Eddie Bachman. So you say there's a chance, eh? And there's one off the plate against Bachman, 1-0 the count. There's a foul ball off his foot, it's 1-1. There's a strike to him, 1-2 now the count, and that one's lined to left field, but right at Enos Slaughter for the second out. And here comes Johnny Hopp. 4 hits is all the Pirates have had so far in this game, and there's a ball there to Johnny, 1-0 the count. And there's a little ground ball over to the right side. Schoendienst goes over, grabs that one, flips to first for the out. We go to the top of the second, and it is Harry Burkeen. Strike 1 is in there to the cat, and there's a drive over to right field. Dixie Walker's got it for the first out, and here comes Stan Musial. He's been on base every time, and he just probably gets a base hit over to center field, and that'll bring up Enos Slaughter, runner on first, and Slaughter takes the ball, hits one into center field, and that's a little bit of an excuse me single there for Slaughter, and that moves Musial up to second. Just like that, runners on at first and second for St. Louis, and here's Kozak. 1-1 now the count on Kozak, and hits one over to right field over to Dixie Walker, makes the catch. A little bit deep, though, and Musial's able to reach third base, and here's Marty Marion, who takes a strike. 0-1 the count now on him. And there's a foul ball. It's 0-2 on him. And there's a base hit in there to center field, and that will score Musial. Marion is 4 for 5 today, and it's 9-3. Here comes Joe Garagiola. We're probably not going to see much more of Sewell if he can get out of this inning. And there's another base hit by Garagiola with another RBI. 10-3, and here comes Nippy Jones. And there's a high fastball in there. 1-0 the count. There's a little fly ball over to center field, and Westlake has it for the out. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's now 10-3. This one's way out of hand. Wally Westlake up there now, bottom of the 7th inning, and there's a ball in there to him. Swing and a miss at that one. 1-1 now the count on Wally. There's one that's fouled back. It's 1-2. And there's a fastball high for a ball. 2-2 the count. There's a little ground ball over to Jones, the first baseman, and he flips over to Burkeen, covering the bag for the out. 1 away. Here's Dixie Walker now. Walker up there and takes a strike in there at the knees. 0-1 the count. And there's one foul back. It's 0-2 now on Dixie. And there's a ball high. 1-2 now the count on him. There's a curveball that's just beneath the knees. It's 2-2, and there's one that's fouled off. Remains 2-2 now against Dixie Walker. There's one in there, full count now on him. That's fouled back. Count remains full, and there's one that's outside, but he swings and misses at that one, and Burkeen gets another strikeout. And finally, I'm going to come to my senses, put in a pinch hitter here for the pitcher. We're going to put in Wally Junich as the pinch hitter. And Wally comes up in there hitting .239, not hitting well against lefties, takes a ball and then a strike. 1-1 the count now on Junich, and there's a swing and a miss, and that one is 1-2. And there's a little fly ball over to right field. Northey has it for the out. We go to the top of the 8th inning. And who's going to come in is the question. And let's see who we're going to put in. Probably Hugh Casey's going to come back in here for this one. I know he just pitched in the last game that they had, I believe. Top of the 8th inning, Red Schoendienst will greet him. Hugh Casey's given up a lot of runs, I'll tell you that. There's a little ground ball over there to Murtaugh, who throws that one wildly past Hopp. That allows Schoendienst to reach first base. That's going to be a base hit. Should have been an error. Up next, Ron Norty takes a ball. And there's another pitch high. 2-0 the count now on Norty. And there's a strike in there to him. It's 2-1. And there's one in the dirt, and that one rolls away. Schoendienst's able to make second. No, he's not, as he's thrown out. Good play by Ed Fitzgerald to grab that ball, and he made that throw over there to Castiglione, who put down the tag and got him. 3-1 now the count on Norty, and that's foul back. It's a full count now on Ron Norty. Fouls one away, still full, and there's a little pop-up, and that's out of play. Full count remains. Still full is the count, and that's foul back again. And there's one ripped down the right field line, and that is out of here. That's a home run for Ron Norty, second home run of the season. It's 11-3, and here comes Harry Burkeen. And he fouls one back. 0-1 the count. There's a ball out and away, 1-1. That's down and in, 2-1 the count now, and that's taken for a ball. It's 3-1. That's chased and fouled back, and there's one hit over to right field, and that's a base hit for Burkeen, who's going to wind up 1 for 5 in this game unless they can keep batting around. Musial comes up there now and takes a ball, and then another ball, 2-0 the count, and that's way high, 3-0 now, and there's ball 4 around the knees, and when you don't have it, you don't have it, and that's what's happened to Hugh Casey now. There's one low to Enos Slaughter, and another one misses. 2-0 the count now to Slaughter, and there's a strike finally. It's 2-1. The ground ball over to the left of Castiglione and through for a single, and we're going to try to nail Harry Burkeen at the plate. There's a throw, and he is out. Didn't even get close to scoring. Slaughter with another base hit and is 4 for 6 in this one, and man, the Cardinals are just pounding the ball. 20 hits in this game for St. Louis. 11-3 is their lead, and here's Eddie Kozak, and he takes the ball. 1-0 the count. There's a little bouncer over to Hop at the right side, and he misses that one, but Murtaugh's right behind him, makes the play and flips over to the pitcher for the out. That's kind of a rare play. I don't know if I've seen that play before. I'm not quite sure how Murtaugh was able to get all the way over there to back up the first baseman, but one way or another, he was able to do it, and that's a play I don't think I've ever seen that before in Diamond Mine Baseball. So you let me know if you've seen the old 4-1 put out at first base. I don't think I've seen that in any game. Bottom of the 8th inning, here's Ralph Kiner, who takes the ball. 1-0 the count now on Ralph, and he lines one over to right field, and that is Norty just can't make a diving play on that one. That's a good single by Ralph, who's now 2 for 4 today. It's going to look like he had a good game, won't it? Ed Fitzgerald up there now. 11-3 the deficit. There's a strike in there to Fitzgerald, and there's one hit hard to the right side, and Norty runs all the way back to the wall, able to make that catch in right center field for the out. One away, Danny Murtaugh now. There's a ball low and outside of Murtaugh. 1-0 the count. That was way outside. 2-0 now. That's taken for a ball. 3-0 now the count on Danny. And there's that automatic strike. 3-1 now. And there's ball 4 down and in. And so with 2 on and only 1 out, here comes Pete Castiglione. Runners on at first and second. Castiglione, of course, hitting .313. Takes a strike. Fouls one away. It's 0-2 now on him. And he pulls that one over to left field. Slaughter has it for the out. And we're not going to test his arm. 2 away now. And here's Eddie Bachman. There's a ball high, 1-0 the count, and there's a swing and a miss in the next one. It's 1-1, and there's a liner to center field, and that will score Kiner, and we're just going to keep Murtaugh right where he is. Still runners on first and second now, and it's 11-4, and here comes Johnny Hop. Johnny Hop up there hits one hard to the left side, and that gets probably Kazak for a base hit. We're going to send Murtaugh this time. And let's see what happens here. There's a play at the plate, and he scores standing up, and that makes it 11-5. And here comes Wally Westlake. Runners on at first and third now. There's a ball in there to him. 1-0 the count. And there's a shot. Ooh, that one's just foul. 1-1 the count now. And that's bounced over to Shundeens to second base. Throws over to first for the out, and that does it. We go to the top of the 9th. Here's Marty Marion. There's a ball in there to Marty. 1-0 the count, and that's crushed foul. 1-1 now. That one's inside for balls. 2-1 now on Marty Marion. And there's a strike over the plate. 2-2. There's a fly ball to left center field, and it's going to be Kiner who gets that one for the out. 1 away. Here's Joe Garagiola. There's a strike in there to him. 0-1 the count. There's a ball. 1-1 now. And there's a little slap base hit into left field. Garagiola 4 for 6 in this game. I'll bring up Nippy Jones here, runner on first base, and he takes a strike. 0-1 the count. There's a ground ball into the right side. That's another base hit. So hit number 22 for St. Louis. Red Shundeens up there now. Takes a ball and another ball. 2-0 the count. The ball 3 in the dirt, 3-0 the count on him, and there's a strike, 3-1 now. And there's ball 4, and that's a foot outside. We need to change pitchers here. This is getting ridiculous. We are going to put in Elmer Riddle is going to be the new pitcher, and we're going to go ahead and put him here in the 9th spot anyway. I'm not going to make any other weird double changes or anything like that. Riddle comes in there for his second appearance. There's a little pop-up over to Murtaugh, the second baseman, for the second out. That'll bring up Harry Burkeen, who's going to stay in this game. Normally you wouldn't see that these days. 11-5 lead, top of the 9th. 1-0, now 2-0 the count on Burkeen. And that one's just high. 3-0 the count on him now. And Riddle misses, and he walks the pitcher, and it's a 12-5 game now. This is getting ugly. Musial up there takes a ball and another ball. 2-0 the count now. There's one fouled off, 2-1. And there's another one fouled. It's 2-2 now the count on Musial, and that's just inside. Full count now on Stan. And there's one hit high, deep to right field, but that's foul. Full count remains. It's lifted over to right field. Walker gets over there, but can't quite get there in time, and that's another base hit from Musial. I'm sorry, I was saying before he had a hit every time up. Not quite. 3 for 4 is what Musial is, as he scores another couple of runs. It's 14-5 now, and here's Enos Slaughter. Hal Rice will be the pinch hitter for Enos Slaughter, and that's kind of a mercy rule type of substitution. 1-1 now the count on Rice, as that one was fouled out of play. There's a sinker outside, 2-1. It misses high. It's 3-1 now on Rice, and there's a strike in there. Strike 2, full count now on him. There's a little foul ball. Count remains full. And there's ball 4, and that'll load the bases. And here comes Eddie Kazak. I think we've seen enough of Mr. Riddle, and let's see who else we can put in here. We'll put Hal Gregg in there now and see what to do. This is really garbage time, but you got to get done with this game. I was talking about this a couple days ago, and while it's important, there's a ball to Eddie Kazak. While it's important to try to get some pitches in there for your mop-up men, you need them to actually do the job of mopping up. 2-0 the count now on Kazak, and that one misses for a ball. It's 3-0 now on Eddie, and there's a strike in there to him finally, 3-1. There's ball 4, and that makes it a 15-5 game, and here comes Marty Marion. So it's enough for St. Louis to get 23 hits. You don't need to give him all these walks. 1-1 now the count on Marion. and that's down and away and gets away from Fitzgerald, and that will score another run, and it's 16-5, and it's still Marion in there, and he hits one over to left field for another base hit. One scores, here comes the throw to the plate, and he is safe, and Marion ends up basically clearing the bases. He's the runner on first base now. 7 runs for the Cardinals here in the top of the 9th, and here comes Joe Garagiola. Garagiola takes a strike, 0-1 the count, 24 hits, and there's a ground ball over to the shortstop, Castiglione. And I tell you, this has been a very, very ridiculous type of inning, and there is a large sarcastic cheer coming in from the Pittsburgh fans, and I don't think that I blame them one bit. I mean, that was absolutely ridiculous, giving up 7 runs like that in the top of the 9th inning. And so in the bottom of the 9th, it's an 18-5 game. Dixie Walker up there takes a strike, 0-1 the count. There's a fastball high. It's 1-1 now to him. There's a strike 2, and they're 1-2 the count on Dixie. This fouls one back. It remains 1-2, and there's one hit over to left field. Rice has it for the out, 1 away. And here comes the pinch hitter, and it's going to be, I think Stan Rojak's going to be the pinch hitter here for the pitcher. So this game's lasted a little bit longer than I thought it would, and there's a strike in there to Rojak, 0-1 the count, and there's a ball outside, 1-1 now the count on him. And there's a little ground ball over to Kazak, and he makes the play, throws to first for the out, 2 away, and here comes Ralph Kiner. Swing and a miss by Kiner, 0-1. Kiner 2 for 4 today, and he takes the ball, 1-1 the count. It's over for a strike. It's 1-2 now on Ralph. And that's fouled out of play, still 1-2. Fastball inside, moves him off the plate, 2-2 now. That's up high, full count now on Ralph. That's low, and he looks at ball 4 and walks, and that will bring up Ed Fitzgerald, who fouls one back, 0-1 the count. Only walk number 3 given up by the Cat. 0-2 now the count, as that one was fouled back as well. There's one hit over to left field, and Rice has it for the out, and that does it. 18-5 is your final score. 24 hits for the Cardinals. Pirates, I don't know what's happening to them. They were playing so well up until just a couple of games ago, and now they're just falling apart, and they are no longer in first place. It's the New York Giants who are in first place now, and we'll see what happens with the rest of the season. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.